News at 6, Sports segment. In local news, Wharton High School's nationally recognized basketball team is under investigation in an alleged cheating scandal. Cell phone footage from a recent game appears to show the school's star player displaying preternatural abilities, something long banned in amateur and professional sports. Pending further investigation, consequences for the lauded program could include Jesus! Coach drops his satchel and clutches his chest. For a nightmarish second, Ty fears he's driven the man to a heart attack. But his senses confirm Coach's heart is strong and beating normally. Though his spiking adrenaline has the air tasting like a storm cloud, Ty shifts uncomfortably in the office chair. How did you... Coach looks to the open window. Behind his desk, they're on the third floor. I didn't feel like walking past everyone, Ty says. Coach has never been concerned about how Ty got into his office before. He probably has a lot of questions now. Who wouldn't? Ty says, I tried to text you this weekend. Coach gathers his bag, then makes his way to the high-back chair behind his desk. My phone got broken during all the commotion on Friday. His heart skips. So that's a lie. Oh, Ty says, I'm sorry about your phone. Is there something you need? I thought you might want to talk about it. What happened? So many conversations in this office over the last 3 years. Everything from advice about girls to their favorite movies. Rarely do they discuss basketball. Because Ty has all the stuff on the court handled. In this office, they relax. Ty says things he can't say to his dad. Coach has said Ty reminds him of his son, who's grown up and works in a big city a few hours north. If Coach is disappointed, Ty can take it. He just wishes Coach would say that. Ty wants them to talk again. Coach rotates his chair halfway, facing the trophies and plaques along the far wall. I've been advised by the district's legal counsel not to discuss the incident that occurred on Friday night. Legal counsel? Coach spins toward Ty again. His face is stone. You should tell your parents in case they want to hire someone. Hire someone? For what? Ty blurts. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Coach grinds his teeth, his jaw pulsing bright purple in Ty's spectral vision. Ty rises. It's too soon. That's all. I'll see you in practice later. Don't you dare set foot on my court again. You hear me? Ty doesn't feel pain, and had only the loosest concept of what it even was until this moment. Those words hurt. Coach, they want to vacate our championships. The State Athletic League wants to destroy us because of what you've done. They can't, Ty says, knowing no such thing. His only experience with the league was a dude in a suit handing him an MVP trophy and shaking his hand while cameras flashed. Will they take that too? Can I talk to them? Explain what I've always held back, explain that I've always held back on the court. I'm really good about not doing extra stuff when, son, Coach says, don't tell me any more about what you can do. I'm trying to salvage this program for all the other kids, your teammates. Someone has to look out for them. The less I know, the better. Now go to class. Coach doesn't tell Ty to get out of his sight, but the way he spins his chair so he's looking at those trophies that might not mean anything soon, Ty reads the room without the use of a single superpower. The time between classes is different from usual. He's used to stares and side eyes, so that's not the change. Before, it was this wild mix, ranging from love to envy. Even people who didn't like him really meant they didn't like that they weren't him. With his spectral sense, walking past mildly jealous classmates and teachers was like pushing through the thinnest green spiderweb. Not pleasant, but bearable. Before. Now the dynamic is different. There's absolutely no green in the spectrum of colors, and intentions overlaying every person and the thing around him. No one is jealous. There are strands of red, anger, flashes of umber, disgust, a lot of yellow, fear. It's second block before Ty sees a few of his teammates in the hall. He tips his chin toward the ceiling, their signature "what's up" though nod, but his point guard, power forward, and center don't return the gesture. They turn away. It stops him cold, and a small underclassman collides with him. The kid bounces off Ty like a tennis ball off a brick wall. Ty spins, stuttering an apology and offering a hand, but the little dude crab walks backward, terrified. A teacher, one known for strong strands of envy when that was a thing, yells, "God, Ty's attacking him!" Students scuttle away. They're not too far. As afraid as they are, Ty's still the best show around. The school resource officer rounds the corner with his baton drawn, and more people than Ty can count are recording with their phones. The emotional spectrum shifts rapidly, filling his head with enough panic noise and color to nearly overwhelm him, when a delicate hand alights on his shoulder. Ty's puzzled about who or what could possibly have gotten so close without his knowledge. "Enough," the new person says. The shifting spectrum of colors and intentions through which he sees the world becomes stained glass, frozen. Everything except Ty and... "Who the fuck are you?" He flinches away from her. She's short, like 5'2", dark brown skin, denim outfit, hair blown out, framing her face like a black halo. Beneath her jacket, a t-shirt with an old-school Nintendo controller and the words "classically trained." "You're a gamer?" he says, then feels immediately silly since time's frozen all around them, and that's probably more important than whether she's played the new Zelda. She shakes her head. "You seem like you pick things up quickly, so I'm giving you a small do-over. Get through that, then come find me in the basement." The basement? Is that code? "Maybe you're not so quick." She pinches the bridge of his nose like she's fighting a headache. She pinches the bridge of her nose like she's fighting a headache. "Meet me in the area of the school beneath the first floor. Got it?" She slaps his shoulder again, and the world skips backward, rewinding in jerky, unnatural motions, everyone moving like a demon possessed in a broad daylight's horror movie until... It's second block, before Ty sees a few of his teammates in the hall. He tips his chin toward the ceiling, their signature "what's up" though nod, but his point guard, power forward, and center don't return the gesture. They turn away. It stops him cold, and Ty steps aside, allowing the tiny underclassman, who's been walking too closely behind him, to pass. The rest of his classmates keep it moving, and he's no longer concerned with the rainbow waves of fear, anger, and disappointment pulsing off of them. He's too busy looking for the stairs to the basement. The class bell is a distant sound from the gloomy corridors beneath the school. The basement utilizes the building's entire footprint, a dark mirror of the bustling corridors he's left above. "Hey, I'm here," he calls, feeling the unease you feel before the obligatory jump scare in the spooky movie. Reaching with all his senses, he tries to detect the girl, but nothing. He doesn't believe he could have beaten her here, which ramps up his discomfort. What is she that she doesn't register like every other physical thing in the building? A voice calls back, "Down the hall, last door on your right." Walking the corridor, Ty passes rooms that were whole classrooms. They're filled with boxes and file cabinets and assorted whatever, an entire floor of the school converted into a junk drawer. When he reaches that last door, he finds the girl with her feet kicked up on the desk and a controller in her hand. PlayStation 2, not Nintendo. The console's hooked to a janky TV, and the game's one he kind of recognizes. At least the character she's playing looks familiar. "What is that?" he says. "God of War 2. "Oh, I played the one from a couple years back, where the dude's got a kid. It was fire." She pauses the game and places her feet back on the floor, facing him. "Yep, that one was good. This one's my favorite, though." He expects her to elaborate, but instead she says, "I'm Dana." "Ty, I know. Have you wondered why I'm the only person even attempting to have a real conversation with you after Friday?" Ty's stomach churns, and he looks at anything but her. This room is less cluttered than the ones he's passed. The stuffed boxes are relegated to the far corner, giving him a better sense of what used to go on here. There are faded posters on the wall declaring things like the press is the fourth estate and the First Amendment is my jam. An old journalism room. When was the last time the school even had a newspaper? Not since he'd been here. They definitely would have interviewed him. All of your former admirers have moved on, Ty, Dana says. His focus snaps back harshly. Do you even go here? No. Knew it, he says, more to himself than her, grasping for something to feel okay about. I would have noticed you. No, you wouldn't. Maybe if I was 6 inches taller, 2 shades lighter, and lived in a bikini. I've seen what you're like on the gram. I've seen what you be liking on the gram. He feels attacked, but hides it well. She says, you're not skeptical. You're not special. He takes 2 steps towards her, not quite in her personal space, but aggressive enough that so she hears him. 31 points per game, 63% from the field, a state championship three-peat. Who's hooping more special than that? Dana's face remains emotionless. I mean, your scandal isn't special. A lot of athletes have enhanced abilities. High school to pro, so many that everyone agrees to turn a blind eye unless something happens that they can't unsee. If you're not super shot punching Dr. Demon through a skyscraper in New York City or the Peace Platoon smashing terrorists in some desert, most folks are happy to pretend there aren't people in their neighborhoods who can do what we do. What exactly do we do? What was that you pulled upstairs? Dana's head tilts sympathetically. She unpauses her game and continues to fight mythical monsters on screen. You've shown all the people you thought loved you something they can't unsee. It's going to get worse. Then it's going to be nothing. No one is going to care about where you are a month from now, let alone 10 years. No MBA, no shoe deal, no dating those IG models you waste so much time dreaming about. This is bullshit. I'm out, Ty makes for the door. I like God of War 2 best because the final boss fight takes you back to the moment from the first game. That's my sweet spot. Do-overs. But you kind of deduced that already, didn't you? Call me if you decide to exercise your options. My number's in your jacket pocket. He's about to tell her to fuck all the way off, but the world does another weird backward skip. Not so extreme as when she did it upstairs, but enough for her chair to be empty and God of War 2 to be back on the start menu, ready for him to play, if he wants. We're going to pause here, and I'll pick up at the tardy bell.